News 46 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 46 is also brought to you by Humana, serving the community. Please stop in at 1397 South Loop Road on the corner of Loop and Highway 160.
Tonight on News 46, a dad is arrested for child endangerment, and an update is released on a suspicious death. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Reinert and Eunette Gentry. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Police say 5 kids were found in filthy conditions. It's Thursday, February 22nd. I'm Eunette Gentry. Authorities have stepped in after finding several children living in deplorable conditions.
Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies have arrested Tonopah resident James Arnold for child abuse, neglect, and endangerment ×5. According to the declaration of arrest on February 16th, deputies were dispatched to Tonopah Elementary School for an incident that had taken place previously. Upon arrival, they received information that led them to the residence of James Arnold on South Street. They made contact with James Arnold at his home. Upon entering, police say there was a strong odor of feces. While walking through the residence, they found large amounts of feces, both old and new. Feces in matted carpet, on furniture, on the doors, on the walls, and on clothing piles. Police say there was also vomit on the floor next to a couch, where it was indicated that a child sleeps. Deputies also found small nails and debris in the carpet throughout the home. They also observed 5 young children running through the residence, 2 of which had no socks or shoes on. There was only one single mattress inside the whole residence and very little food, according to police. Arnold was taken into custody due to the concerns of the children's safety and of catching possible diseases from the fecal matter throughout the residence and the lack of present food in the kitchen. He's being held on the bail amount of $1 million. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has released the identity and possible cause of death in relation to a deceased person found in a local hotel room.
Michael Murphy has been arrested for injury to property at the location on East Industrial Road here in Pahrump. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies met with a male by the name of Ron Murphy in reference to an investigation. They said that on February 14th, the reporting party went to the residence to check on Michael Murphy. When he arrived, he observed that the power was off and that the front door was open. They also noted that at least 3 windows were busted out and that Michael was in the back room. At that time, Michael asked the individual to leave the home. The next morning, they went back to the home and observed the busted windows. Some of the walls were also busted out, and the kitchen cabinets were ripped off the wall to include some of the cabinet doors hanging off the hinges. They said that the home was in disarray and trashed. They also said that a microwave oven was thrown into one of the walls. Police say that about $500 of damage was done to the home. Police located Michael Murphy, took him into custody, and transported him to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
That information is a correction, and we have the information about the body found in a local hotel coming up now.
On Saturday, February 10th, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to the Holiday Inn Express on Highway 160 in reference to an individual that was unresponsive inside a hotel room. After entering the room, the individual was declared deceased. Police now have identified that individual as 54-year-old Ralph Manjarres from California. The Nye County Sheriff's Office preliminary investigation reveals that manjares died of natural causes. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
A warning now for dog owners. Several dog foods have been recalled by the FDA over concerns about a euthanasia drug that's been detected in dog food produced by the J.M. Smucker Company. KPVM's own Rhonda Van Winkle spoke to her veterinarian today about what she should do if she fed her dogs any of the recalled pet foods, which include Gravy Train and Kibbles and Bits.
I'm seeing that there's this dog food recall for wet food and all these different brands, and I was thinking, we don't know what to do about that as consumers. I mean, okay, there's a recall, so we know to take it back. Yay. That doesn't tell me what to do with my pet if I've been feeding my pet this food. Now, apparently the FDA is saying there's just trace amounts and it's not going to cause your dog any harm, but does that really make sense? Because phenobarbital, which is what we use to put dogs to sleep, is in the food. So I don't trust that because, you know, the FDA is the FDA, and they have their own issues and reasons for doing things. So I called my vet to ask him if he was willing to go on record and perump and let us know what he recommends. And he really thought about it. He's read all about it. And he really was not willing to go on record because, you know, Smuckers and these companies have deep pockets, and they're much bigger and more powerful. So he has to be careful, because if the FDA says something, what is he supposed to do, counteract that? He says, I can tell you advice, you being my client, your dogs being my patients, I can tell you if you're feeding your dogs that food, I recommend you stop feeding them that food and then take it back for a recall. He says, that you can quote me on. You know, my vet is Dr. Jack Thomas, and at the Animal Care Center down at the end of the road, and I really value his opinion as a vet, and you know, he's taking good care of my dogs. So he just told me that if I am feeding my dogs that, he would recommend I stop.
All right, so we're talking about phenobarbital, like you said. Also, these are in different shipments of Gravy Train, Kibbles and Bits, Skippy, Old Roy, and all wet dog food?
So what my understanding of it is the brands that you just mentioned, it's the wet food portions of those brands that are affected. So any wet dog food. Now, I haven't heard that any of their dry dog food has been affected, but the wet food from, you know, Old Roy and all those are all on recall.
And Smokehouse Pet Products. This is the J.M. Smucker Company. So they've already taken these products off the shelf. These would be items that you still have at your house.
Yes, you could still have it at your house. So if you do, then my vet recommended take a look at the recall, take a look at your food, and, you know, take it back as they suggested, and, you know, get your money back or whatever.
So you can look on the J.M. Smucker website, get the recall numbers, and see if you are affected by this recall.
You should be able to, yes.
Important information, and stay tuned. We have more local news for you coming up after the break.